Hello everyone, this is the CRT Productions, and this laptop right here was designed for Windows 7. As you can probably tell by the design of it here, the design, pretty typical, looks like it could be from the Windows XP era. Got a lot of fancy curves and rounded edges and whatnot. But right at the moment you might notice something about it. And that is that we have, what do we have here on the screen? Xbox, Minecraft, Soda King, that racing game, the other King game, Hidden Hidden City, Phototastic, Microsoft Solitaire. It has Windows 10 on it, but right here, right now, in this video, today, I intend to fix that the only way I know how, which is with a good old buddy called Windows 7. That's right, we're going to install Windows 7 Home Premium on this laptop today, but I'm also going to tell you and show you, and hopefully kind of give you an idea of what it's like to use Windows 7 nowadays in 2022. It has been over 2 years, nearly 2.5 years, since I last did a video on Windows 7, so I thought it was about time to do another one. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at Windows 7 in 2022, shall we? Alright, so now that all these ceremonies are out of the way, how about we go ahead and blow that disk off, put it in this DVD drive here, and get it to booting up Windows 7. Alright, so I've got the DVD in the computer now. We'll go ahead and power it on, see if we can get it to boot from the DVD drive. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the laptop while it does so. As always, if you aren't interested in hearing more about the laptop, let me see if it wants me to press a button here. It seems to be booting from it. And as you may be able to hear, it is starting to rain right now, which signifies that it is time for installing Windows in the current year, as always. So, if you aren't interested in hearing more about the laptop or the installation process or any part of the video, for that matter, there are always chapters on my videos that you can use to skip to any part of the video that you're interested in. Alright, let's see what we got here. Choose an operating system to start. Windows setup. Well, that's my only choice, isn't it? Never seen that before, anyway. Yeah, first of all, I'll tell you a little bit more about the specific ISO that I've burnt to this disk. I literally Googled Windows 7 ISO. I think I might have searched Windows 7 Home Premium ISO specifically, because that's the version that was originally on this laptop, and that's kind of the most popular, common version that you see. And I literally clicked the first link, the first result on Google for Windows 7 Home Premium ISO. So this would be kind of hopefully simulating what you might experience if you were interested in doing something similar. If you've got an old laptop like this and you want to put Windows 7 back on it, very good idea. So yeah, looks like we are getting into Windows here. It's working. The disk that I used a little bit scratched up. So I was curious as to whether it would work. Got our big Twinkie size cursor there. So I kind of told a little bit of a half lie there at the beginning. It hasn't been several years since I've featured this laptop in a video. I've never featured this laptop in a video. I had the exact same model Sony Bio a couple years ago, and I really liked that laptop, but I ended up selling it. And yeah, I fixed it, and the one I got before originally wasn't working, and I fixed it and sold it. And yeah, that was what I used to do. I used to get laptops and sell them. I still do occasionally, but I found this one recently at Goodwill, surprisingly enough. Found this one at Goodwill. This one's not in near as good cosmetic condition, but it is better as far as functionality. My other one, the wireless switch didn't work, and the springs. There's these little flaps that are on the memory stick slot. It's supposed to cover it up. Those just flapped around on the other one because the spring was broken. Yeah, this one's not as good cosmetically. There's some wear on the trackpad buttons and on the wrist rest or whatever, palm rest. I don't know what you call it on a laptop, but anyway. Yeah. So anyway, this one's not too bad though. It works nicely. I got it from Goodwill, as I said. This laptop has the original hard drive in it. The original. I know it's the original because it's a 320 gigabyte hard drive, first of all. For some reason, 320 gigabytes was the hard drive size for this laptop. I don't know why, but I think they all had that same size hard drive. But also because it had the original installation of Windows on it, which Goodwill had overwritten with a copy of Windows 10. It's kind of interesting copy of Windows 10. It's one of those weird all-in-one installations of Windows 10. It was Windows 10 1607, the old, far outdated version of Windows 10, which is fine with me, but I mean for the average user it wouldn't be very good. Let's install Windows 7. As I said, this is the very first result on Google. I don't remember what the exact website was, but I mean, it's the very first result. You can go and just Google it. Windows 7 Home Premium ISO. I always get comments like, is it illegal to download an ISO file? No, it's not illegal. It's not illegal to download an ISO. It's illegal to share your little code, activation code. That's a no-no. So you're not supposed to share that. But the ISO files, it's fine. I mean, there's nothing to it. So let's see, this is Service Pack 1. I could read through this stuff here if I wanted. But don't think so. Let's see, upgrade, custom. Alright, here's the partitions. You can see here, it's got a recovery partition, system reserved, partition 3 and partition 4. For partition 4 is what, 400 megabytes for 500 megabytes, so yeah, anyway, I guess we will, let me see about our partitions here. This is kind of a mess. Alright, so partitions are all good. I have no idea if you can see that or not, but just the usual stuff with Windows installation. More than likely you'll be installing Windows on a clean drive that has no old installations of Windows on it. If you are, you more than likely don't need any of that stuff that's on it, so you can just delete the stuff and format it. If you're not sure, then don't delete it. That's the easiest solution to that. Just keep it if you're not sure. Anyway, yeah, so we're installing Windows now. It's expanding the files. As I said, original hard drive, 320 gigabyte, 7200 RPM hard drive that we're installing this on, and yeah, this is going to be kind of the 2009, 2010. This laptop is from January of 2010, so I'm going to get the, I guess, late 2009, early 2010 Windows 7 experience. Very nice. Alright, we're 0%. I'll be back when we're closer to 100%. Well, what do we have here? That thing got done quicker than I expected. Let's see, what time is it? 2:16. I started this like right at 2 o'clock so I could measure the time easily. Totally intentional, not accidental. And yeah, it's already at completing installation. Doesn't mean it is complete, obviously, but it's past the expanding files, and here we go. That was quicker than I expected. 7200 RPM hard drive. It makes a difference. All right.
Well, when we were last together, ladies and gentlemen, I was sharing with you a confounding computer problem, and I just wanted to let you all know I solved it over the weekend. Because when I want something done, I stick to it and find out how to get it done. I found out how to take a PDF image document that is an image of text and get the text out of it You do it with optical character recognition software. Found this thing called Iris 9, Mr. Snerdley. And it works like a dream. Greetings and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you with us. This is the award-winning and thrill-packed, ever-exciting, increasingly popular, growing by leaps and bounds Rush Limbaugh program.
Oh, never mind that. All right, here it is. It is installed. It has the screen resolution set properly. How do you like that? It's usually all, Chungus-like. To use some Zoomer terminology for you there. Alright, mobile PC display. Look at that, 1600 by 900, that is correct. And very first laptop to feature a 16 by 9 display. Got speakers, they're working. Oh, they're working, as we found out a few seconds ago. That's why I like Windows 7. How do you like that? Just install it and it works. Consider replacing your battery. That's funny. Windows 10, when it was installed, it didn't say that. It just said, your battery's fully charged. The battery in this laptop works, but it only works for maybe like a few minutes or so. Because this laptop is, 13 years old now. Well, 12, whatever. So yeah, it's installed. We don't have any connections because guess what? The wireless switch works and it is switched off. But now it is switched on. We just installed the device driver software and there you go. And we're not going to see any connections anyway because I'm not within range of any Wi-Fi network. So there you have it. Windows is installed. So now I'm going to go ahead and get it set up. Obviously, I'm going to go find the drivers for this laptop. That, will vary for whatever hardware you're using. If you're installing it on an old laptop or on a virtual machine, you won't have to worry about that in a virtual machine, of course. But anyway, unless you have the exact same laptop as I have here, this will be totally different. So that's why I don't show this in the video. I'm going to go find the drivers for it, install some software, and we'll see what it's like to use Windows 7 in 2022. Hi, you've reached the part of the video where I talk about using Windows 7 in 2022. Your number one concern about using Windows 7 in 2022 should be software compatibility. So that is why I'm going to focus on that aspect of using Windows 7 in 2022. Alright, so got a list here of software that I'm not going to test in the video because it does not claim to support Windows 7, and if the software manufacturer does not claim to support Windows 7, then you shouldn't expect it to work. But I have a few pieces of software, including a couple of them that don't claim to support Windows 7, that we are going to test and see if they work or not. So stay tuned for that. Let's see here. All major browsers, including the Brave browser, Opera, Firefox, Chrome, etc., still support Windows 7. That's no problem. Web browsers still fully support it. Firefox announced a while back that version 100, which is, as of this video, the current version of Firefox, does require certain security patches for Windows 7. I believe they're from 2019, so you do need to have it updated. After I installed Windows 7 on this laptop, I did get it updated with all of the latest updates for Windows 7 through Windows Update, which still works, which is very nice. It didn't work initially. I did have to manually download a few updates because the ISO that I had, again, it was the first result on Google, the ISO that I used to install Windows 7 on this laptop. I did that because that would be kind of, if you're watching this video and want to replicate what I'm doing here, that's probably what you would download. So that was what I chose to use. It was pretty far out of date, so I had to download some updates, the update roll-up from 2016, etc. There's instructions on how to do that online, so that should be pretty easy for you to figure out. So no problem. And then after that, Windows Update should take care of you. It'll download some updates. It could take a while to install because it's a lot of them. But anyway, yeah. Epic Games, Steam, and Ubisoft all still claim to support Windows 7. That should be fine. Of course, as far as specific games are concerned, some of them probably aren't going to install on Windows 7. You'll have to check that for yourself. So Maxon is a software company that makes Cinema 4D and Cinebench. Cinebench is a popular program that people use to benchmark computer systems. Those do not support Windows 7 anymore, although they have a software called ZBrush, which is, I believe, like a software that people use to create artwork. It supposedly claims to still support Windows Vista, so I'd be interested to test that if it didn't cost a lot of money. So anyway, that's interesting. Again, if there's a specific software that you're interested in using, always check the system requirements. You don't know, but I'm finding that there's some that will list Windows 8.1 but not Windows 7. I'm pretty sure at least a decent amount of software that supports Windows 8.1 is going to support 7, but I'm not positive of that. Although I do have a couple of examples we're going to test in a moment. But furthermore, Adobe Creative Cloud does not support Windows 7. I knew that because I tried it a while back. I didn't make a video or anything of it, but yeah, it doesn't work. It claims to only work on versions of Windows 10 after 1903. So there you go. Also, Vegas Pro, formerly Sony Vegas, now it's just kind of known as Vegas Pro. It does not support Windows 7. Now, let's test some software out that may or may not work on Windows 7. Let's see what I've got here. Alright, so this laptop is not exactly the most graphically inclined computer system on the planet, but I have opened Broadcaster software 27.2.4 open right here, as you can hopefully see. I am recording this here. I'm sure it's not going to be the highest quality, but again, we're just using this laptop here as an example. The operating system can be installed on graphically inclined hardware if you are so inclined to do so. So yeah, this is opening OBS's website here, OBS project, and as you can see, they claim that basic requirements of the software Windows 8.1 or higher. But yeah, that's the latest version as well, latest release 27.2.4. Come back here, we look 27.2.4 there. We just check help, about, there you go, alright. So it's working fine on Windows 7. I'm not sure why, again, that was why I mentioned that. Some software, I've noticed a lot of them just say Windows 8.1 and 10 and 11, of course. But I have a sneaking suspicion, I can't test all the software in the world, but I have a sneaking suspicion that certain softwares will work on Windows 7, even if they don't say specifically in their system requirements that they will work. As far as another popular software, Discord, it still claims to support Windows 7, and of course it works just fine. I'm not connected to the internet anymore, but I'll put in a screenshot or something, recording from later on, proving that it does work just fine on this system. It installed quickly and worked just fine. Another interesting software that I was able to install but I haven't tested yet, I'm going to test it right now, is DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve doesn't have an official system requirements page for some reason. They have a requirements page for their physical keyboard that they make, but they don't have requirements for the software. This website has a list of some requirements such as Windows 10 Creators Update and also 16 gigabytes of RAM, which we definitely do not have here. But again, hardware is not what we're focusing on here. I just like to install Windows 7 on some physical, period-appropriate hardware for the videos. It makes for a nice video, I think. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm not sure how it's going to react here recording this, but I'm just going to see. Nope, Doesn't work. Does not work. Delete critical section. So that's the software that I wouldn't expect to work on Windows 7. I was able to install it. That's the weird thing. It took forever to install as well. That's mostly because I'm using hard drive, of course, but that does not work. That does not appear to work. So it's not surprising. I wouldn't expect that to still support Windows 7. I'd be interested to see if it works on Windows 8 as well, but who knows. Anyway, yeah, if you're using an operating system older than Windows 10, Creator Update, DaVinci Resolve, maybe, what would be a good video editing software for Windows 7? Just an old version of something. I don't know. Maybe CS6, Adobe CS6. Anyway, I've got one more thing here I want to try. Let me find it. So as you can see here, I've got the Blender software requirements, hardware requirements, whatever requirements pulled up here. They again have Windows 8.1, 10, and 11 listed as the requirement. I have the zip version of it, the portable version of it here, and I'm just going to try to run it. And let's see. Okay, it gives another one of these errors. Get pointer info not be located. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I have all versions of Visual C++ installed on here, all the redistributable things that usually cause errors. I'm thinking that probably doesn't work though. So yeah, Blender claims to not work on Windows 7. Yeah, it seems to be the case. I will show that I have it updated here. You can see updates were successfully installed through Windows Update. It had like one little small update. I just wanted to leave that window open to demonstrate that it does still work. That's very nice, obviously, not having to install all the updates manually. And let's see, view update history. You can see here I've got a bunch of these updates. A few of them say failed, but most of them installed. So yeah, that's pretty cool. OBS still works. There's some software, obviously, that doesn't still work, like DaVinci Resolve. I mean, video editing softwares and really, complex stuff that you probably shouldn't be wanting to use if you're using Windows 7. Windows 7 at this point, maybe not the best option as your main operating system. I would still, as always with these videos, I recommend you have a good solid Windows 10 based system as your main system. And if you want to set up a laptop like this with Windows 7, if it's what it originally had on it, then that's all well and good. But as far as your main system and some of that higher end software like that, I'd recommend using Windows 10, something more up to date. But as far as Windows 7 is concerned, a lot of software still supports it, even some that doesn't claim to support it, like just saying that Windows 8.1, 10, or 11 is supported. Like OBS here, it still supports it, still works on it anyway. So yeah, Windows 7 is still good as far as browsers are concerned. Of course, that's one of the biggest things. Web browsers still work fine. Firefox, I installed Firefox 99 on this system, but 100 it still officially supports it, so I don't see why it wouldn't work. And yeah, Windows 7 is still just a really good operating system to use, especially on older hardware. It supports even way older hardware than this. Obviously, it would run kind of slow on really old hardware, but unlike Windows 8, which updated requirements for hardware on computers, where you basically couldn't install it on anything older than like 2009, 2008. Windows 7 can be installed on really old stuff. But anyway, I'm running out of time on my SD card, I'm seeing, so thank you very much for watching. Join the Discord server in the description. As always, stay safe out there.